everybody, welcome back to another spooky video. Today is Friday the 13th, which you know that only means one thing. We're turning ourselves into the legendary Jason Voorhees. Friday the 13th holds a special place in my heart. I am a horror movie fanatic. I love the horror movies. I love the classics, and of course, the spooky boys, Jason, Michael, Freddy, all of those boys, they have my heart. On Friday the 13th, I got my cat Jason, which is why I named him Jason. So of course, Friday the 13th has a special place in my heart. So I'm very excited that Friday the 13th is in October. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. I cannot believe it is Friday the 13th in October. What more of a powerful day can we ask for? Now, Friday the 13th comes with many different feelings and superstitions for some people. Some people absolutely love the day like me, and there's other people that absolutely fear the day. Friday the 13th comes with a very spooky stigma. Now, a lot of this fear does come from the movie Friday the 13th, but this also dates back to before we had the internet and to before we really knew about superstitions and before we really learned about it and before we learned about fears. It's been around for hundreds of years, this specific fear. Now, I wanted to talk about a few fun facts you may not know. Did you know in 2012, we had a very strange Friday the 13th series? So it was a very special year for Friday the 13th, as we had 3 of them. But they all fell exactly 13 weeks apart. January 13th, April 13th, July 13th. Exactly 13 weeks apart from each other. And that hasn't happened since 1984, and it happened in 2012. I hope that happens again, because that is pretty cool. Did you know there's actually scientific names for this fear? So if you have a fear of Friday the 13th, that is known as Frigatriskaidekaphobia. And then if you have the fear of the number 13, that is Triskaidekaphobia. I'm so sorry if I pronounce those incorrectly. It's big words. So that is the fear of Friday the 13th, but it is also the fear of 13. Okay. It is not clear why or exactly when Friday the 13th became associated with bad luck, but a lot of the association comes with biblical reasons, given that the 13th guest at the Last Supper betrayed Jesus. His crucifixion was on the next day, or that 13 suffers from coming after the more pleasant number 12, which gets to the number of months, the days of Christmas, and even a dozen, which is, and it's a nice number. 12 is a pleasant number, so maybe the 13 just makes people uncomfortable, as 12 is usually what is representing the good things. 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 gods of Olympus, 12 labors of Hercules. But whatever is making people so scared of Friday the 13th, or even just the number 13, has spread so far over the world that hotels and hospitals often skip the 13th floor, and even airports sometimes will skip gate 13 or just kind of hide it, as so many people are afraid of it, and it just brings bad luck to whatever hosts that 13th. Now, what people don't always understand is that no matter what, there's going to be a 13th floor, even if the room says 14. Still the 13th, because you can't technically skip the floor. So I wonder how that works. If you have the fear of 13, let me know how that works if you end up staying on the 14th floor, but because it skips the 13th, technically that is the 13th floor. Is it only bad luck if it says the number? Let me know. Did you know that director of psychological thrillers Alfred Hitchcock was born on the 13th? Friday, August 13th, 1999. It would have been his 100th birthday in 2012. Here's a little fact for all the Swifties out there. Taylor Swift thinks 13 as her lucky number, and even says she has connections with Friday the 13th. Since she was born on the 13th, she turned 13 on Friday the 13th, and her first album went gold in 13 weeks. And her first #1 song had 13-second intro. This is what she told the MTV in 2009. And she purposely released her Eras concert tour movie on Friday the 13th. And the last fact we're going to be talking about today, for all those fun Halloween lovers and Friday the 13th fanatics, if you're going to be getting married, the Viva Las Vegas Wedding Chapel. They offer special zombie or vampire and even Rocky Horror Picture Show themed ceremonies on Friday the 13th. Alrighty, now we're going to be talking about the makeup look. So what I'm doing is just using a little bit of eyeshadow. I used a lot of eyeshadow for my shading and outlining instead of having the black face paint, just because I felt like it added more definition and less harsh lines. It made it look more realistic. So what I'm doing is I'm just shading out where the eyes are going to be. I did fill in the eyes with face paint because I needed them to be more opaque. And now we are just shading the nose because he doesn't have it's a mask. It's not a normal nose. So we just had to kind of soften the nose a little bit to make it more blended in with the face. We did some blending around the eyes, of course around the mouth, because again, it's just a solid mask. So I kind of had to try and hide my lips a little bit. And we just made the mask look pretty roughed up and dirty with a little bit of gray and black face paint. final look. I love it. So we did a recreation of the one that I did last year, and I am obsessed with how the difference is and the progress. And we did these guys this time, but I am very obsessed with how the progress. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you're going to be watching Friday the 13th tonight, and which one you're going to be watching. I think I'm going to watch the original, and maybe sneak in Freddy vs. Jason. We'll see. But let me know if you're going to be watching one of the Friday the 13ths, and what else are you going to be doing tonight. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you a happy, safe Friday the 13th. I'd love if you would subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell to never miss another of my videos. All my socials will be linked down below. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. Bye!